time I hear the beat, I won't speak. Every time I hear that. Red light district at the level. Okay.
Just basically had a drum. You know, I put the drum.
Back,
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, the drum loop is fire, and then I just started wilding with the sample. I started playing like. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
I heard almost a little. What's up? That was horns.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just messing around, man. Just messing around. Yeah, we here live. It seems like we're live. It seems like we're good, right?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Nice background. I think we did this before one time.
We're back
Hear
with the
Manuscript.
vibes, y'all. It's the summertime. We out here. We can't just, we've been enjoying this lovely weather brought to you by, y'all know the name. Y'all, if y'all following us, shout out to Kim. God bless the family.
God bless. Yes.
So
We
y'all already
here,
know
man.
the
We
vibes.
here. You know? We have a nice crib in the background, summertime, July.
We try to share with y'all, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We try to share the blessings with y'all.
Oh, man. So we're here since, July already, 22nd, man. Time's is going by quick. The summer's going quick. I hope folks are enjoying it. I know we have been.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Rob and I here and enjoying ourselves.
We got our tans on, baby. We got our tans on. Y'all see it.
So it's looking good, man. So we're here on a Tuesday again. Manuscript. We skipped last week. We've been vacationing, man. We've been vacationing. And so as always, we're gonna start off with how we're feeling, man. Just jumping right into it. You got Rob working hard, man. Rob got another gig after this. That's I'm like.
Yeah, it's a busy week, man. It's a busy week.
Yeah, we wanna just because there's a lot to talk about, man. We gotta. So
y'all gonna have us for a solid next little hour. You know what I'm saying? God bless. We make our hours last. There's a lot to talk about, y'all. But we gonna like everything moves fast. We're gonna breathe it out. My brother said, you know, how are you feeling?
That's
right?
yeah.
Y'all tap into how y'all feeling. We're gonna tap in, let y'all know how we feeling. I feel great. I feel blessed. I feel healthy.
Oof.
I had 2 days where I was recovering from a little cold, and you know, I had things to do, man. I wanted to be out there in the world, but you know, the source, the person in charge said, sit your ass down, boy, and rest. And yeah, man, it'd be hard to rest, man.
We said that before. We talked about that a lot.
We had that, and meditation,
which I'll go back to that.
I took that, bro.
Did you journal?
I've been writing. I never looked at it as journaling.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been writing.
Nice.
I've been writing, you know what I'm saying? I'm reflecting a lot. And you know, it's almost funny too, because without even consciously doing it, I've been putting those things together.
Yeah.
As I went for a walk while I wasn't feeling well, I went for a walk and was writing, and then I put the book away and was kind of in I would say kind of, because I didn't consciously do it, but I was meditating.
Yeah, just breathing, walking.
Yeah, finding myself if I'm in a moment where something catches my eye, I try to just focus in and just try to just stay present with where I was at. So I would say if I love that I don't have the feelings wheel tapped in, but I would say
I don't have it here yet. I don't have all the setup.
Happy would be the
happy?
You know, and peaceful. I think peaceful was a word. You know what I'm saying? Shout out love. You good, sis. You know.
So peaceful. Yeah, I like that word, man. I think peaceful, grateful. I feel the same way as well. Enjoying the summer, man. As you know, had a family event over the weekend. Everything went well.
Yes, sir.
No drama, because the last time you and I talked about a family event a month ago, it didn't go so well. Entering July 4th was a little
seesaw.
July 4th was a little crazy for us. But no, it was good, man. We ended up well. It was fun. It was so I'm grateful too, man. I'm grateful, enjoying. I mean, I go back to work, you know, soon. Right. So summer days are over, but summer's still here. So, you know, gonna try to continue taking advantage of it. Me and Kim and I talked about going to the museum and just going different places. So there's still more to do, right? Still more to do. We talked about balling.
Sure.
So we're gonna make that happen a little more. So yeah. Still more to do. So I do want to go back to the meditation because I didn't get to do it.
Gangster, I heard you.
Oh no, thank you. That's fine. Oh, I appreciate it. Could have stayed down there because makes it a little further from here. But yeah, you know I don't know if you remember because I don't think we were able to post that episode.
No, Ish, right? Yeah, the Eric one's out. But the Ish one I think is the one.
Still not. Oh, okay. Oh,
I didn't find that one. That was the one. Right.
Yes.
And that was the one.
And there was one we did after Eric, right? Yeah, we did one after Eric.
Right. But I think that was out.
Oh, okay. Because I think that was the one where we talked about that the next challenge would have been to meditate and journal.
Correct.
And then I didn't do either. Okay. Oh, no. Poetry. It was poetry. Oh, yeah. It wasn't journal. It was poetry. It was to try to meditate and write some form of poetry. It could have been spoken word.
Having about 3 poems.
Yeah.
Damn, and to share.
Yeah. I have 0.
We failed. Y'all see it here first. It's all love.
Summer, man. It's summer. But yeah. But I think what does throw it off is that we didn't record last week.
I'm not even gonna cheat because I have a poetry book, but I was cheating. I did not write it for this week.
Well, you did say you were writing though.
I did.
Okay. But not like in terms of the way we were talking about it.
I gotta be honest, man. You guys gotta have purpose and structure. Go with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't dedicated to the moment. As I gotta be honest.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm bringing it up. Cause I'm like, damn, Rob, I don't know if you remember, but technically the last time was to continue challenges going of our mental health. Because we are in July, but June we celebrated Men's Mental Health Awareness Month along with other things. So
let's get it, man. Listen, we can keep it up.
Exactly.
We're doing it every Monday.
Yeah.
Let's try again, baby.
True. And this weekend we'll be celebrating my birthday weekend. So hopefully, if all goes well, we'll do something cool for here on the channel. The Manuscript folks will be there. 80th will be there. So we'll have some hopefully, music being played. We're setting it up. So if all goes well, we'll be able to play things, show it, and just record it, man, for the 80th, for myself, for Rob, and folks who love to do music. We're gonna do a little karaoke. So some cool stuff to look forward to. And yeah, man.
And my TikTok live is we on, baby.
Yes, that's right. Y'all gotta check that out. Yeah, y'all gotta check that out, man.
Most likely I'll show up. I'm gonna be traveling that day, so maybe I'll probably bring y'all with me entering into the space.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we can continue, right? With
oh, for sure.
So is it three poems? I'm gonna still be on that, man. I'll still be on it.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be good, man. The closest I think I've got to creativity, I would say, recently, I'll share this, and vulnerability, because I think that was we were talking about it last week. Like, what do we do to engage our mental health? And just one of the things we could do 5-10 minutes a day, right? So my recent moment of vulnerability where I didn't write anything, but I was freestyling in the car. I had played a beat I made. And I don't know, bro. I started thinking about Nano, and then I started freestyling shit, just freestyling stuff but in Spanish. So I can't do it now, right now.
Too?
Yeah. Because I was already picturing it'd be cool if our family never really heard us do music, and it's but we are talented. I mean, they don't rap like that, but they'll understand it, obviously.
Yeah, it depends what you say.
Yeah,
I learned that it really depends on what you're saying.
It depends on what you're saying, for sure. So I just had it in my head. I was freestyling in Spanish, whatever, because I remember he wanted to make a song. So that's the closest I got to being vulnerable. And I was in the car.
He wanted to make a song?
Yeah. He asked me one time. He was like, is it possible to make a merengue? It'd be cool if the family could make a merengue, and it could go like this. We could do a little chant and then you could play the instruments. I was like, I could probably get the instruments. It's gonna be hard because I don't play the instruments, but we could try to do something. I was like, we could try to do some merengue. Yeah, but he definitely wanted to make a song, and he asked me about that. I remember having a conversation with him.
And here you are with the bongos.
That right.
Yo, God bless, man. No, but it moves and it happens, bro. That's why I believe, God bless.
You.
Oh, man. God bless you, Kim. God bless you so much.
This is juice. This is juice.
Cheers, yeah.
Thank you for juice.
Mine's pineapple.
Oh, pineapple? All right. I think I got lemonade in here. Yeah.
Say word.
No. We don't even hear the wind. I have a noise cancellation thingy.
Yes, that's really good. God bless.
So,
man. You see, y'all, so let me tell you something. This only comes when you've been doing the show for a year consistently. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all saw it the first time we were here.
Yeah.
So it's
hold on, where's the claps at? Whatever.
Nah, we claps with cheers, man. Cheers to that. Cheers to the consistency, man. And love, man. You don't get this without love.
With a straw. So yeah, I had that moment where it was I was writing. It was poetry, you know, because it's like, oh, music and expressing myself through music, because that's what art was. So that's the closest I got, because I didn't write anything down, but just kind of letting myself go, bro. I got emotional. I started crying because I'm like, damn, he's really gone. He would have loved to make music, and like I'm freestyling. I could picture Joyner freestyling, and then him being like, oh, like bigging us up, like, oh, you know. But to your point though, right? The spirit lives on, right? And then like that's why we do this shit. So it's kind of at the same time like, oh, it will be cool. So I'm gonna tell the guys if for November for his anniversary, we could write a song and try to perform it. Yeah.
Love.
Like Jed, I'm gonna tell Jed I'll join in for sure, and then see if we could I'll make a beat and then try to do a little song.
And all you gotta do is capture what you can capture, and really shout out to Cardio. Cardio was like a big engineer with a few of our last, I would say, with both
sessions.
Both sessions, and not the only one, but I just give love to him because for me that was the first time I saw him cut up, and I was like, I just saw a new side of him that I was like, yo, love. And then he came through and made music out of a moment. You know what I'm saying? He made a structured piece out of a moment, and I just think that we could take that, bro. We could take that, man. Love, man.
So,
and I do see Neno out here, man. I love that the Divino Nino was, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful event that still went valid. Your family honored his presence, man.
For sure.
I like to live like that, brother. I love to live like that now, especially more than any 16-year-old.
Oh yeah,
who
we got
was,
the news, man.
You know, we're just gonna jump right into it, man. There's a lot of people being lost, man. A lot of people being lost. A lot of people we know. A lot of people close. A lot of people far. To me, it's people, it's spirits.
Yeah.
And I think that's the message that a lot of us are getting out into the world. Theo Von, I respect your this past weekend. Theo Von he has a podcast called This Past Weekend, and Joaquin Phoenix was one of his guests, and they just jumped right into Joaquin was giving him love about like, I just think it was very commendable how you brought up your stance on the whole war in Gaza and everything. And it was and then it was pretty, I just love like the sincerity behind it all, and how even Theo was like, thank you. Well, I mean, I guess not thank you, because he didn't want to hold any credit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not doing anything anyone else shouldn't be doing.
I like that response.
I mean, it's beautiful, man. And over here, like, if we haven't said it, we're not for the war in Gaza. I feel like we don't say it. I feel like I'm almost should say it after every episode, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, stop the war, bro. Ceasefire. Stop, man. Like, what's up? Like, what are we doing out here?
Yeah. And it's that simple, man. It's that simple, just stopping. Because we got a lot of chaos here. So you're going back to Aaliyah Williams, right?
Aaliyah Williams, man, rest in peace.
Because it's been New York City, man.
That goes in the Bronx and Williams, I believe, in Williamsburg. 16-year-old that was stabbed around the corner from her home about 4 p.m. Didn't make it. The person is still out there. If you even watch this, man, I just imagine for your own spirit, like, you know, free as did.
Yeah.
Especially if you talk to yourself like you're that gangster. I'm not trying to challenge you, but to me, the most gangster shit is to face yourself and face what you did. You know, if that was your choice. You don't got no excuses. You don't got to explain anything to me. I'm not challenging you for nothing, just to be the person who you are. When you win and you make that action, you face your actions.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. I think a lot of cities have, and a lot of major cities are having now, though, right? We have a string of violent occurrences. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are now, but I think when we were starting this, we were kind of like alluding to being careful with a hot summer, as you will, you know.
For sure.
And so far, so.
Even today's topic was, we were trying to send out today's topic as, I think it's not nothing new. You heard last week we were speaking on skin.
Yeah, and sexual harassment and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ironically enough, this skin is, you know, it all coincides. It's being harmed. You know?
Yeah, because you still have ICE raids going on. Like, things ain't left since you know, we had the LA riots and everyone was paying attention to LA and forgot, but it's still happening. Where there's still a lot of raids going on.
Right.
People being snatched from their families, being separated, and so it's
been
chaotic. I mean,
not a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, right. I shared with Rob, which was shared with me, about a recent ICE story. They're now in Washington Heights and affecting a bunch of Dominicans out there, and so what has been, I mean, we're in the middle of the summer now, July, you know, it's about to be over. So what has been what story has stuck with you? I mean, because there's been a lot. You know, there's been a lot of crazy stories since June came around, and the summer really. Well, I think it was a little slow at first. Like there were no major news stories, and then things started like kicking off, man. Because you know, you mentioned Aaliyah Williams. You know, the young woman who was stabbed, unfortunately lost her life.
Ago,
yeah, less than a week ago. But I think before that there were several shootings that were happening locally. That's why I'm like, I wonder what the numbers are now as far as like shooting crimes and violent crimes. But I'd imagine they'd be up because when you told me about that one, I was like, oh, I was confusing it with a whole nother stabbing that I heard of.
In Brooklyn, you said?
Yeah. So it's kind of low key been pretty intense. I mean, I'm hearing about robberies. You also told me about robberies.
Right, there are two ladies. Be careful. Let me find her because I just do want to give credit due where credit's due.
Yeah,
because,
then I could probably put her up here.
It is not even. You know what I mean? Like, it is not even Fox News Bronx 12 that gives you this information. You know what I'm saying? And no knock to them, but New York Nay.
Yeah, New York Nay.
New York Nay. Shout out to you doing your work. Taking your time. Cause I'm sure we got jobs and we paying bills wherever everything else is due where people don't even see. But you taking your time out of your day, as we try to do to speak to the people and give out news. New York Nay. I think it's N-A-Y.
N-A-Y? Okay,
yeah.
So it's probably this one, Nay.
Perhaps.
Nah,
we'll
maybe not.
Let's
see.
Or maybe it just comes out differently with the N-A-E. But regardless, like, I think I know who I'm talking about. She just gives out news and she.
Yeah, let me see if it cooperates because I pretty.
She was, yeah, man, and she just there she is. And she puts a twist on things, giving the little New York vibe to it. But
let me see how to set it up now that I got that already.
I mean, it's bittersweet, bro, because for us in New York, we go through so much that we learn how to like just get through the vibes, But it's if you really sit in it, it's not funny, it's not cool. And us as two men, that shit is terrible. You know what I mean? We can't even walk the streets without being looked at as an issue. We got to be mindful for. It's a lot of It'd be nice if you could use your awareness to see and bring good, but you also have to peep the bad and be aware of those harmful things and make sure that you're not even seen or confused for that same thing, And just to get back to the point was that there's two men who are riding out here, as she likes to put it, pickle the booty cheeks. I thought it was hilarious. Pickle the booty cheeks, y'all. They out here riding in this heat.
Let me see, wait.
I love it, man. You got it?
Yeah, I think it'll play. Hopefully it'll play. Oh.
I hear it.
This just in. There's two grown-ass men. Two grown-ass, weird-ass, suspect-ass men riding around the Bronx.
Oh, I gotta play that.
On a little motorcycle.
On a little motorcycle.
I'm talking pickle to booty cheeks.
Bing, bing.
Okay?
Bing, bong.
Riding around the Bronx. Terrorizing women.
Yeah.
Snatching their chains straight off their neck. Broad daylight, this is going down in the Bronx.
90s shit.
Beware of these two bati fish when you see them, okay?
Bati fish.
Because, I guess that's fly now. I guess that's fly now for us to do. I guess we robbing women in broad daylight. Women we talking about.
Yeah.
The video's all delayed.
But it's all good too because she doesn't really, unfortunately there isn't, just to, speed it up, there isn't any information out there. There is a picture, even to her point, we're tired of this gas station pictures. What's up? What do we know? What's going on? And there really isn't anything. But to a lot of the comments that I see, the credit is if I see these people out in public, sus.
Yeah, mean, for sure. She's talking about ski masks and bikes. And 90-degree weather. That's definitely suspect. I mean,
and if you're not keeping it moving, and I see, but the crazy thing is, bro, like I had my chain snatched. It's happening.
I think it's happening. Well, because I was talking about this with Nips recently. Like we are at a time that things are turning in a way for the worse. I mean, we grew up in the 90s, and there is no comparison. I mean, in the 90s, there were like 500 plus reported murders a year. Again, reported. So it was crazy in the 90s if they reported 5. So obviously, the 90s were probably still crazier than the days today.
Right.
However, things are definitely not as safe, I think, as they were even definitely before COVID. you know, we were talking about even little things like, you know, my cousin now, he has to put a club in his car. Like, he hasn't had to do that in over 10 years in New York City, in his own block. Now his own block that he lived on for more than 10 years, there's so many changes to the neighborhood that now he has to go back because that's what they're doing out there. You know, they're getting into cars again. And, bro, the last time I had to put a club on a car, I was a teenager driving, you know?
Yeah, word. That's some 90s shit, bro.
So
My father, bro. We had a rifle by the window.
So to consider, yeah, no, things are definitely, you know, have to be eyes and ears like always on 10, which is unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate, man. It sucks because it's the summertime again. I think especially for us in New York City, who we get, and even on the East Coast, you know, we only get but so many few months of hot weather, and then things start to get cold, muggy, rainy, and then, you know, it's not as easy to deal with. So it's like, and now we got to be outside worrying about who's gonna steal from us, whether that guy looking at me out the stores really wants my chain.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It challenges
it sucks.
Everything that I believe in, everything that I'm trying to move with, everything that feels in my control. It's funny because when these things happen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this shit challenges my spirit.
Yeah.
I feel like I tap into something that the city is bringing out. Like, I get aggressive. I'm just like, all right, that's what's all right. Then we back in that. Then now I have this like fire
anger,
in
like,
me.
Yeah. Defensive
then
almost.
we back in the
like,
night. Very, very defensive on. Well, offensive.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. I'll get you before you get me type. Yeah.
What's up? And ain't no move. Like, what's up? Are we stalemating? All right, because I didn't even put the board game down. I'm not even putting the pieces up.
Yeah.
But I'm not no, you know what I'm saying? Then it becomes this like, what's good? And I know that's not, even then it feels like I got to breathe to get it out of me.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, what is that? You know what I mean? But I just, that's what the enemy gets tricky for me, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of that becomes I don't understand that, right? Like, I'm not trying to tap into this moment, but when you get to even Jesus, or where it's like you laid your life down, like, but you didn't even ask for this, but you had to tell yourself that this was your story. That's what confuses me, because this is not what you were telling yourself. This wasn't what happened. This is what was forced upon you, and this is what keeps being this thing. Where, you know what I mean? I don't look out here to walk to be Jesus, but if I'm gonna walk in the same footsteps, I'll be damned if I walk in the same shoes, down the same path, saying the same things. No, I'm Rob. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Not trying to be anything.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know about that. You know, it's very, very, especially in New York City, man. In other places, man, you didn't have to deal with this when I was in North Carolina. Like, it's very different. They have different issues. The energy, the aggression would be the same, but there's nobody really, like, it just feels almost like it feels very juvenile, man, very childish out here. Where it's like
it's like every man for themselves, almost, you know, in a way. So you go out and you protect your own, and no, I mean, I think, you know, it's just the changes to the city, man. Like, the city has gotten bigger in terms of population too. So since we were kids, there's definitely much more millions of people living in the city alone. You know, I've never seen so much traffic, you know, as a driver of over 10 years. So I do think as a result, like, unfortunately, it's hard to build that like steady community that not only New York City, but I think a lot of major cities have had, because there's been such a fluctuation. Like, so many people change, so many people coming out. You know, there's a lot of desperation too, bro. You know, people are starving, man. People are desperate is the only word that I could come up with, you know, unfortunately. So it's like a bad concoction almost, you know, when you couple with like people being desperate. It's a bad concoction, you know, people desperate, people not making money. Then you have a few people making a lot of money, and they're showing it off, and they're like on the internet, and they're flossing all these things, and so and so you want that, you know, you're being fed that you're supposed to have a certain life, and then you can't have that life because times are tough, you know. So some people do what a lot of people have done for years, right? Like, sometimes you go for fast money, and it's unfortunate, man. I mean, look, I personally don't, you know, robbery as a crime, I can't, you know.
Yeah, that's
like, I definitely, I don't know that I have the guts to like steal, you know what I mean? Steal from somebody, you know.
That's why I'm grateful for my mother. Like
before
anybody was
like,
the issue, my mother would tell me,
I don't know,
yeah, you know? Don't you show up in this house with something that I didn't get, especially when they're buying the things for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't bought, like, what's up? Where'd you get this from? And that was actually a like, without even realizing that was a moral lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever
the
is not
sunning
yours
right now, y'all.
Yeah,
I don't know if you see we
yeah,
getting
I
sun
feel it.
kid.
Whatever's not yours is not
really good.
yours.
Yeah.
And that should be something that y'all realize, bro. But
Well,
a lot of people, that's why I'm not focused on Jesus. But if we talking
lack of
God, bro, a
guidance, man.
source, like, what's up? Like, what is not meant for you is not meant for you.
Lack of guidance.
Yeah, especially lack of guidance. But what's up? Like, where are we learning our morals from? Where are we going? For real, when you really think about it. But some of these people, I think, take on these actions because they have nobody following them.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no reason to have any proper guidance.
Yep.
You're out here
No
just blazing a trail. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call them trail blazers, because there's a fire, a scorching be left behind you.
Man.
But you don't care.
I think some people are looking for viral moments, and I think just lack of critical thinking. I think people, people are not. And I get caught in that cycle too, man. Sometimes where it does suck, but
it's a balance, because sometimes you could think too much.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it's having that, like, the empathy, really. I do think that, unfortunately, that is becoming less of a priority, I think, for people. And I'm not gonna blame it on the younger generation. I think there's a lot of people of our generation, of older generation, that because of the way things have been going, they themselves have been losing their empathy. Yeah. But I just think it's that, man. I think people aren't thinking about the next person. Like, sometimes it's as simple as, like, sometimes I park a certain way and I can see that if my car is blocking 2 parking spaces, I fix myself. I'm like, let me fix myself, because somebody could fit here too. And I don't know that somebody's gonna come right behind me. I don't see nobody coming right behind me. I'm already just like, I look around, I got out my car, I'm like, damn, I'm taking up 2 spaces for no reason. I get back in my car, I fix my car, and let somebody else get in, And again, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but that's just an example of one way in which you could think about the next person. You know what I mean? Next in line, next whoever.
If anybody thinks that you're thinking better than them, is like, yo, calm down, breathe. Why
I
are they defensive?
Bro, I think it's a bare minimum.
Say you gave it. You gave. This act right here gives 5,000 to charity. No, it's a thought.
Right. It's a thought. Yeah.
It's just a thought. Nothing could come from this.
Even like garbage, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like little things that people just leave behind. It's like, man, just clean up. The next person's gonna use this. Right. People get up from tables at restaurants and leave it just is. But I'm like, yes, I know somebody has to clean it, but like, you don't know if another family wants to come right away. Like, now you left them with, like, I don't know. But I do worry that it's an empathy thing that people are losing. And I think younger generations always call flag. I remember when we were young still, I'm still tapped into the fact when we were young, outside, people were looking at our generation like, oh, yeah, this, that, and the third. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying here blaming generations. I think across the board, a lot of folks are yeah, man, less empathetic. I think that's why we have such these wild headlines, man. I mean, the stabbings, the shootings, I mean, man. And then a lot of it's not making any sense, You hear from one thing to the next. I told you about this robbery that happened. Like, these guys didn't even pull up in ski mask or nothing. They just, like, like, what are you doing? You're not even gonna crime right. Like, why are you even doing it? You're not even gonna do, like, no ski mask. You could just get caught, no exit plan. It was a botch rob. Like, a lot of stuff that's happening.
Everything that I even have written down is very, once I think about it, like, it's very self-centered, right? Like, Stephen Colbert being canceled was a very self-centered move by the president. The president also apparently, I thought that Miami cancels November elections by using a loophole without the vote from the public. Very self-centered, right? Apparently Trump also... like, I don't know if proper words, but like kind of like suspended or something. He did something to Congress recently.
Yeah, well, actually,
go ahead.
To stop the votes, you were saying. I think you were trying to tell me.
Well, this thing was something different that I was just brought to my attention this morning.
Was it the Epstein file?
Perhaps it was that. Perhaps he doesn't want them to focus on that. So he shut down Congress, so they can't even work. Like, they're not. They can't get together. Which, guys, love, my man. If I'm 18 right now, 17, my mom tells me I can't go out. Like, I'm 8. Like, I don't understand. Like, how old are y'all? Like, someone tells you what you can't do. Like, what is that? I don't get it. I just don't.
I think it's a mind game and it's power.
Are you fear? Are you in like? How much power do they really have? And when are you gonna say no? When are you actually gonna say no?
It's really gonna take time. It's gonna take time, man.
Shit. You got nothing but time.
People don't want to lose their job.
How much time do you need if we've been out here creating seconds, milliseconds? We got minutes, we got hours, we got days, weeks.
Let me see.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Alberry tells me, yo, we're not doing the manuscript anymore, but my spirit, I go and I honor what he says, and it goes days, weeks, and I'm like, maybe he just means not anymore, like for a few months. Damn, it's been years, and I feel compelled to do things, and the world gets worse and worse. You think that this energy that I'm speaking to y'all, I'm not gonna find a way to speak to y'all?
To make it happen again, yeah.
I just don't understand where your power is anymore. Where is your power? I just don't get it. Like, YouTube didn't exist. And there were still cameras. Things were being recorded and shared.
Yeah, and that's why
if they tell us that there's no streaming anymore.
But that's what I mean. It's like we got to talk to the people, really.
That's why I'm looking at y'all, yes.
Yeah, to be more aware of these things. Because, there's people that legitimately voted for this man and actually believe. And even people who are in a voting age who actually got up to vote, they still believe that he could make a difference. And I just don't see how like there's blatant like evidence to show you that this is not gonna work. And like, so now we're at I'm about to put up that window because this sun is going crazy right now.
I got you. Keep talking, brother. Keep talking.
Okay, so no, just with the Epstein files, bro, I think that was the craziest news that stood out to me so far. That's come out. I know it's been 2 weeks since, but with Trump taking it back, and it's not just him, but him and his people choosing not to release the files. Oh no, you gotta lift it up, bro. Yep. Then it locks. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you bring it up that way. Yep. No, not that one. You gotta lock like that. See that little latch right there? Nah, on top of yep. You gotta press it down and yep, and then súbelo. Eso sube. Yeah. Cause it's supposed to the umbrella's supposed to come down in a way. Yeah, that's why I was gonna take a break anyway, cause I have to help him. I told him, give me a break, y'all, real quick.
My man got the ill music. What an ill crossover from the Epstein files to that fire ass music. You see how we're in our own world? That's mad funny, man. Love to that switch off. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no, he came. That was the part that was bugging me out because it's like I thought that makes it obvious, and even just the manipulation in the media, it seems blatant to me and obvious, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That like there's a lie, this man is telling, we're hearing things in our faces that's like these two shouldn't be associated, they're not really cool, and then you see the evidence in your face. You could look this up to see that they were cool. Did you see the
birthday
that they
note?
Know each other. No. He left them a birthday note.
So apparently there was a birthday note.
So it's like, how are we getting lied to?
There was a conversation in the birthday note. Yeah, it's terrible. He actually says like we have a lot in common. Like there are things we have in common.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, I think it's Trump that says like, cheers to a beautiful life and more secrets. Some shit like that, more wonderful secrets. It was just disgusting. Where Jon Stewart had it on his show where
he called him out, as he should, man. Because it's like
It was terrible.
You know, I think again it goes back to like having some empathy, growing up. When are you gonna stand up and say no to things because it's right in our faces? And I think, yeah, it's more important than ever us the people that are really affected by these things call it out and understand that like people with money are not money does not make you a good person.
Oh, not at all.
So I think
it doesn't make you successful either.
Right.
Doesn't make you powerful.
Successful at life. You know,
it just
I think
means you have money.
Yeah.
And guess what we do with money? We spend it. We use it.
And we've been sold a version of money that I think we like to believe in. That's, you know, we see what's going on. We got people with money making these decisions, trying to make everybody else seem dumb. You know, like we can't read between the lines. Like, you know, and I do think that I worry that I think governments expect people to like, you know, basically like, yeah, they're dumb enough. They're not gonna like, I'm gonna just lie to them and they're gonna believe what I tell them and that's it. No, right. The public's really not gonna care.
I agree.
They're not gonna do their research to find out I really like, I wrote, there's this birthday note that, you know, I do think there's there's this like expectation that the general public is, you know, like.
Yeah, and even then, even if that, let's say that's not the case, even though I agree, but to connect it even back to what we just spoke about with money, their other hope is that you will do anything to abandon what that is.
Yeah.
That's holding you to where you are for what we believe means more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Means more, right? But see, that's why I love what, you know, this journey has been speaking to me. I always share with y'all both and letting go to God, but also duality. You know, duality. I see one thing, what's the other side? So it's like, you see this man where you see where they are with their power and their money. You should also have, where's your power without money? You know what I mean? Because I got that experience with COVID, right? Everything shuts down and all you got is what the government will give you, which ain't too much. But what I realized, I don't need too much.
Yeah.
And then when I realized, it was like, wow, nothing's expected of me except what I expect of myself. And then we create all of this and we get to a community. Wow, that felt rich to me, bro.
Yeah.
That felt rich to me. And then it's even more that if we could continue that after COVID and push it out, and it's contagious. Yeah. That's rich.
And I think a lot of us built community during COVID, man.
It
was boiling, I do think.
I was able to do that.
And then I do. You remember there were those protests in 2020 and 2021. So I think people were also fed up and realizing like, yo, we're more powerful together.
Amen.
And we could speak up, and so I think that's why, and
that's
why we saw those protests, you know. And I think that's why there's been a deliberate action to suppress all these things, to make people think that there's no power, to make people think that you don't have to, that you don't have what it takes to build community, that you can't do it, that in whatever you have dreamt of, you can't achieve it. So I do think it's all deliberate to make us think that we can't rise up. We were talking
key word is that you were saying think.
Yeah.
And when you
don't
it's
only
have
a thought.
Think,
it's only a thought. It's only a thought. And then we have to believe we can. You know what I mean? We have to believe we can.
Balance it out and do that. Do that.
Well, I think
at least
remember we brought up the union strikes recently that were happening in Philly with the sanitation workers. I mean, they were able to strike a deal, but it's a deal that was favorable to them because they weren't playing around.
Amen.
You realize your power, and you're like, you know, and you actually utilize it, and you know, for a couple days of inconvenience, but like the people.
I shared with you, Residente.
Yeah, one of the members.
He canceled his whole thing.
Yeah.
Because of the military aid that's being given to Israel from our side, like he canceled his shows.
Yeah, and I think
and he was that. So I love that too, man. Don't forget.
Yeah, and I think there's examples of people doing. I mean, Bad Bunny also is not doing a tour in the U.S. and I think he's as a slight to like what's been happening here. So, I mean, if you catch it, man, it's there for you. There are people rising up. There are people standing up for things, and in your little corner of the world, hopefully that influences and inspires you to do different. Because I think now is a time more than ever, especially as we've been doing here at the Manuscript, trying to continue realizing how we can improve and evolve what it means for men and manhood. Because I'll tell you, with this Epstein stuff, I think it's dangerous, right? Because what are we really talking about when we're talking about the Epstein files, right? We're talking about men who are harming young children.
I mean, we're talking about
girls,
bro.
Right. So we're talking we're talking about sexual abuse, and we can't make light of it, man, because I think that's how things then make excuses for other stuff. So.
Which, to your love, I always never want to forget how you really fear that people would make light of the Diddy situation.
People,
you know,
man.
But what it does show is that people
harm people.
It is a scary energy, Al. You feel me? It's a scary energy. No, the
think about
energy
like
a violation, everything that people have.
Yeah.
That's
so
a
like what he
scary
brought
energy.
up. Yeah.
So I understand that there is no way that the spirit can really tap. There is a way, but in terms of like if you don't have that power of understanding, you're invincible if you're really not tapped into that. Like you cannot be hurt if you're not in there, right? People get scared of talking about this, and they can only talk about it and then make a joke and laugh about it afterward, right?
Right.
Nah, I ain't been in no Diddy parties. Nah. I left. Oh, like yo, you left at 201, right? Yeah. Nah.
Yeah,
it has to you have to laugh and
laugh
joke
at
it
it
off.
because the energy
because
is...
it's that fucking nasty, right? I get it. I just want to say I so get it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not there. You know, when I gang over there, baby.
No, it's hard to talk about, right? It is hard to talk about because it is evil, like you said. That energy is I think a lot of people have a hard time to really discuss it without, again, making light of it.
Yeah.
But I do fear that then the same thing will be made fun of with Epstein files, you know. But it's like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about pedophilia here, you know, and we're talking about
trafficking,
and even whatever, you know, children and people being harmed, man, on a grand scale. So
grooming.
So we're not talking about something light, but you know, again, we make light. Like, look, man.
Apparently, Trump met Melania through that kind of energy, that kind of vibe.
I wouldn't be surprised. But you know, Rob, it's like it goes deep, right? Because I think back to our conversation about like the summer, right, and like, right. So there's summer violence, there's summer. Things that are going on, and obviously I think there's a lot of uptick in like gender-based things that happen, like for example sexual harassment. You know, summertime is usually the time where that kind of goes up. You know, women feel less safe outside because, you know, they're wearing certain things and then you and I talked about that obviously that is an issue. But how like even from then, right, if we get to a level where it gets normalized, because, you know, there's that struggle, right, we talked about, especially when it came to like how complicated stuff well, it's really not complicated, right? You make somebody feel uncomfortable in the street, like, that's wrong.
And you know, fellas, you know.
But some don't.
That's why I love to be here and look at y'all and say, like, I'm not different. I make different choices. I feel the same temptations, but you do not succumb to it's a temptation. I mean, even Jesus was tempted. And I only bring this up for anybody who believes. If you don't, then just let's stop talking about it. Talk about temptation. I relate to you. I don't act on what you act on. Because to his point, you got to give that extra thought. You don't want to give that extra thought because you're only thinking about yourself. And valid, bro, but be careful.
And because
you got cousins, you got sisters, you got nieces, we got family out here, bro. And if
I think we're used to doing it, man. We're just used to doing it.
Oh, of course. And you're not used to being called out. Who's calling us out? Who's calling us out?
So, and I think there's definitely a difference. I think fellas right now, you know, obviously I think we'd be a lot better, man. We said this here before, like, you know, we think if we change our thinking around women and even sexual harassment, like, things would be a lot better even for us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I actually feel.
I think you think women look good now, man. If they were felt safe in these streets, man.
Right.
I think the sundresses is out now,
like,
bro.
You know. And that's the funny part, bro. Things can get better if you choose to get better. It's not like you abandoning something that's like, yo, but what?
What can I say?
What can I do? Yo, it's like Patrice O'Neal. Yo, I was watching his shit and he was really out here. Rest in peace, because he dropped this shit in 2011 and really died a few months later.
Wow.
And he was like, women, why can't I harass you?
I think
Remember that one?
You're talking about.
He said, ever? Like, I'm just saying, like, even at work, like, I can't. And he's like, you know, he seems like he's smirking, but I'm like a little bit like, I think you're serious. But then it's like, I mean, again, you just thinking about you.
Yep.
You're just thinking about you. Right here, I'm not here. I'm not. How much more evidence do I need of people in power who only think about themselves and what I see affecting more than just themselves?
Just themselves a lot.
It gets nasty. So don't be a hypocrite. We did. Don't be a hypocrite. Come on, y'all. And then look, as a man, I don't like nobody checking me. Check yourself, bro. What's up?
Yeah.
I actually
I
feel
think
like
it's
things get better for a man that check themselves, bro.
Oh, absolutely. Or even that just shows self-control.
I feel like I'm losing shit.
Yeah. And who isn't afraid to evolve? Who isn't afraid to be like, oh, okay, you know, that I thought that was okay, because I think even with something like a behavior like just harassment, you know what I mean, sexual or not harassment, especially of men to women in the summertime, I think it's a taught thing almost, like, you know, because I remember, you know, it's like you hang out on the block and you see your older men in your life, you know, they see somebody in a sundress come by and then they looking crazy.
It's like a coming of age.
Yeah, it's like,
you know nothing about that.
Right, and something like
that.
that.
All the time,
and you kind of get used to it, becomes part of our culture. You think
you're ready for that?
Right.
You know, you get that all the time.
I think you spoke about your experiences here too one time, how you went to some party and some guy thought that was a way to connect with you, right? By being like, yeah.
Oh, damn, I remember that. That's crazy. And I dead just left him kind of there.
Yeah, hanging, like, dude, I'm not even here for that. And he was trying to connect with you, but his way of connecting with you was to be like,
about that, yeah.
You know, to make it about another woman's body. So I think, you know, we're losing out, because if you just think about that, right? Like, the only way of connecting to another man is to, you know, comment on another woman's body. You know, there's so much more to us than that. So that's what I've been saying, right? There's much more to men than that. But I think we think that that's the main thing we should be having. And then, you know, because I think we have this warped sense of like that, you know, things revolve around women, even though we don't like that it revolves, right? We don't like to really think or operate like they revolve around women. Like, you played me that video we were talking about of cheating, and you played me that Shaq video, which
fake
is
Superman out here. I'm
Shaq,
calling them out.
Yeah, Shaq
and
made up
fake Superman Cam Newton. I'm calling all of y'all just showing y'all asses out here.
These are single men. You know, Shaq, you sent me a video of Shaq over here talking about his opinions on cheating, and he wanted to list how there's like 3 different types of serial cheats.
Yeah,
3 types of cheaters.
Yeah,
serial cheaters is one of them.
The like serial cheater who just cheats.
Like the James Bond cheater or some shit like that.
Bond.
I'm mad I even remember
it. No fucking sense.
But you know, it make it sound like he was saying something philosophical. James Bond cheater. I'm like, what is he saying?
I only remember it because you're gonna remember what shit smelled like.
Yeah. So he, you know, he made this comment, man, and it just reminded, you know, we had this conversation before getting on. Like, it's just, you know, a lot of stereotypes about cheating and stuff that get regurgitated, and then from men who don't even deserve, to some degree, like, now look, Shaq as a basketball player, I'm not arguing that, but Shaq,
dominant man.
Yeah, but Shaq as a relationship expert, like, when has he shown himself to be a relationship expert? You know, if anything, you know, based on stories, it seems messy. You know, and I don't know him personally, so I can't. I'm only gonna go so far, you know. But yeah, it is a thing where it's like, man, yeah.
Nah, it's like
people
you said,
get platforms,
bro.
man. You
look
know,
at what you look your fruits.
Yeah,
they say your fruits.
And also be okay to observe. I'm sorry, I'm like scratching all the time. I got these mosquito bites killing me. But you know, I do think about the young men, like how much young men, or just even older men, who are like maybe who, you know, still look up to Shaq, or like yeah, that's true. And you know, he's obviously speaking to a certain demographic of people who believe, and he's probably talking to women too who believe that there's 3 types of cheaters.
But then there's also how many types of non-cheat, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's so interesting that as a man, you think I want to be placed in this 3 brackets of cheaters that you got?
Yeah, because he also implied
Once
that, like, that's
cheater,
just a thing that men do.
All I heard was once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah,
and now you got 3 brackets of cheaters. Oh, how nice of you, Shaq. What a great little organization, a little nice little thing you're building over here. The big 3 of your own. That shit is corny, bro.
Yeah, and then
see
to
how
try to
you
say something
couldn't
for
create the
relationship
big
Edwards.
3 like Ice Cube did? Shout out to a man like that who gets his wife and holds her freaking down.
Yeah.
You understand that? Let's talk about Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Who he got his big 3, and here's your stupid little big 3. Well, for real, bro, I'm coming at you, bro.
And he had a lot of money.
Because as a man, as a hetero man, bro, don't come after me to act like we not the same. I got the same temptations, but I don't say the same dumb shit y'all saying out your mouths. Cam Newton is another one that wants to say that men who are not in the lives of their children have no choice. He just said that, bro. That sometimes the fathers that are not in the lives of the
children,
they have
that
no
is not
choice.
their choice.
And I'm laughing.
That they have no choice.
They have no choice. And then he wants to go and explain the same way Shaq says cheating is based off the woman. He wants to just put it on the woman. And I'm like, yo, bro, I come from a mom who made it hard for my father too.
Wow.
But then at some point it stops.
Yeah.
Because that was y'all's circumstance. And your children still live.
Yeah.
And you still show your ass and still show how you just not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
So you either gonna be there or you not, brother.
You're not gonna be there, yeah. That has nothing to do with the other partner, man. Yeah. That's such a big
If you
stereotype,
want to live in your
man.
circumstance of how
stereotype.
difficult they made it, then that's funny because you want to live there, then live there.
Yeah, it's such a
But
terrible.
that's not where your children should live, right?
No.
In the way
Not
that,
at all.
oh man, their divorce ruined me.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't live there, right?
Yeah.
So grow up and get up out of that shit.
Not
Now, if
at
the
all.
woman's making it hard, then trust me, she's gonna have a hard life.
Yeah.
But you have money. You have
Yeah.
things you could do to make
Resources.
it happen.
And they don't
It's
do it.
wild to me,
And they don't do it.
bro.
But because
But
again,
they can't do it
it's
because how many
money
things
has
that they
nothing to
blow
do.
like
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp blowing money,
Yeah.
money off of fucking with these women off on the side.
Yeah.
That's mad money you blowing off of losing off of just thinking with the wrong head, baby. Think with your
you
heart.
know,
They want to say
that's-
think with
well-
these heads. No, think with your heart, bro. Where's your heart at?
The heart talks to the other pieces. And it comes back like, wait a minute.
They pumping the same blood, player. It's not
he
easy.
said, he said, I don't know. The heart be the most
Yo,
conflicted.
love, bro. You see, we men out here. We know how to make the
Um,
jokes, but at some point, you got to be a real man, a real spirit, and
No,
make a real decision,
well,
a
that's-
hard one. You feel me?
That's the challenging part, right? Because I think, you know, certain it shows you just how like when men become entrenched in an idea, no matter whether you're broke or not, like that idea can still live. So you know, you mentioned some men that are obviously have a lot of wealth,
Right.
but they have the same mentality as a nigga that makes $100 a day or
Right.
$100 in a month.
Right.
So it's like, how y'all have the same mentality? Because I've spoken to men on a certain tax bracket, and they have these same mentalities about women, and that they'll come up with all types of names for different types of cheaters, and figure out a way that whatever they're saying goes right back to a woman, you know, and how it's her fault. So, you know, I think we got to be careful to ensure that the next generation of men don't believe that, you know, don't believe that everything's gonna fall down to a woman's fault. I mean, we do have to take accountability when it comes to our relationships with women. I think, because I do think men, you know, when it comes to competition, I think men understand accountability there. You know, I usually see men in sports really take accountability. Nah,
Very true.
bro, that's all on me. I fucked up today. Nah, it wasn't you, bro. It wasn't you. It was all the team. Nah, bro, it was on me.
And
Like,
that'd be the
you'll see that
nice
in
way,
team.
because the other
Right.
way doesn't look too good. Nah, I should have worn my Kobe's. I didn't wear my
Yeah.
Kobe's. These things fuck my ankles up. Man, it don't look.
So-
No man believes it.
But
so
you
that
know,
has to happen.
they put
really,
accountability. Like I see men be accountable in sport, and I see men be accountable in general. It just, unfortunately, I will say in my experience, it seems like accountability in relationships seem a little bit more challenging in relationship with women. Because again, I have seen men be accountable to their friendship, to their homeboys. You know, like when they're wrong, they're wrong. They're willing to shake hands and not make it violent. Admit that, like, nah, I was wrong, and shake hands. You know, but again, I in my experience, it seems like the struggle is in recognizing where the accountability comes from in relationship to women. You know, everything, because again, then I think a lot of men fall back on like societal stereotypes about women. So like Cam Newton will fall back on societal stereotypes about baby mamas, which then he'll use that to then say, you see, it's not my fault. They make it hard. I'm not in my kid's life because they make it hard. But then there's a stereotype about baby mothers making it difficult. So he could just run with that. And then even Shaq making like, you know, assumptions about women, and then that feeds into his own ideology. But it's just all wrong because it's all coming from the same place, you know. It's all coming from like this, like, we hate women and just let men do what we want to do and just shut up. Especially since I have money, and these guys probably struggle more because again, they're like, I have money. Why isn't it still working? You know, why is none of this still working if I have money?
I mean, it's not about your money, man. It's about your spirit. It's really about your spirit, and your spirit is in here in motion, you know, every second. Every second of this day, something is trying to divert you and distract you from your blessings. Like I've said this before, even on my TikTok, I got something that's funny because it gets the least views. It's so funny, I don't give a fuck. But if it's a message from me that I felt it, I said, let me share. And it's just that the truth is that every second, no matter how good you are, there's something that's trying to knock you off that, trying to get you off balance. Like like a dangerous person out here is someone who's trying to seek balance and unite people, like anybody, man or woman. Like, and every second is something that's trying to divert that. That's why when we talk about these are divisional. I don't believe in. I mean, we don't got to talk about things. I don't even believe in the devil. I'm calling divisional energy.
Yeah.
It's divisional things that don't add, that don't multiply, that don't create. They divide and destruct. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is.
Yeah,
so
you got to be careful with that dividing energy, yeah, for sure. Because it's out there. And it's going to be out there more than we see it, especially since in society, again, things to be taking a turn. Like, the more we're empowered with tools, like, you know, more videos, more people being able to put content out there that's different to challenge these ideas, the more there's us, even in our own bubble and circle, corner of the world, to be able to do this. Like, with that will come a bigger push to, like, get us to a worse place, to continue that division, because... yeah, now they also have to work harder to divide us, because we have the tools to work hard as well to let, you know, people know this doesn't have to be this way, you know. And there's more tools for us to unite.
That's just what it is,
so
man.
Now there's more, you know, they're like, you gotta go harder to divide, because now they're realizing, shit, there's more tools and more power and more benefit to unifying. So
yeah, man, that's all it is. And sometimes for me to even for me to like get past that moment of is either you or me is really to stop fighting them.
Yeah.
Even though they'll fight me, is that to stop fighting them, man? Like, because then I'm no better than you, trying to destroy you and divide you from where you are. I can't do that. That's your power. The same way you chose that and I chose this, man. That's it. That's it. All I could do is continue doing what I'm doing and hopefully provide as an example.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I'm not even trying to do anything more. Because guess what? I'm an example until somebody else does it. But guess what? When they do it, they'll do it differently. So they're an example. So who you really mad at? Yeah. Who you mad at when we're all different, doing it differently? Yeah. You're not mad at me. You want to think it's me. But guess what? You fooled. Because I won't be the last. I wasn't the first.
You wasn't the first. Amen to that, man.
Love, bro.
Love, man, I was looking at this. Man, I'm ready, yeah, bro. I was already ahead of you.
Yeah. Because we really tapped on everything except for that one hilarious.
Which one?
You know, like viral moment that's been going around that started off in a concert that went fields.
Yeah. Damn, well, I gotta get their names actually, because bro, look at what Jaffe sent. I gotta show you this. So, well,
is in relation?
Yeah, it is a relation, bro. That's why you gotta. That's why it's freaking funny, because we were talking about. So I'm trying to get their names right. So I got what Rob was talking about before, as we close out. The funny part, because you know we were talking about Shaq and the cheating stuff he brought up. But
that's the guy's name.
Andy Byron, the CEO, Andy Byron. Sorry, Andy, I'm gonna shout you out again, but you did provide us with some good laughs. Unfortunately, for the week, he did. Man. Him and his I don't know what we're gonna call her. His girlfriend now. Is that his girlfriend? Maybe
that's
you think?
Choice.
His choice.
That's his choice. You making choices out here, Andy.
Andy, you making choices, yo. So hold on, because I wanna.
That's your toys, Andy.
So there was a viral moment this past week where the former CEO. Andy Byron and I'm trying to get her name too, because I don't feel comfortable just calling Andy out.
Yeah, even though this is the manuscript, so we can focus on just you, Andy. But love to my guy. Right?
Yeah. So there was, and this happened like 3 days ago, actually, 4 days ago. The CEO of this company, Andy, was caught at a Coldplay concert with his.
That's a Coldplay, Andy.
That's a Coldplay.
That's a Coldplay.
Who was spotted, so I'm gonna read it as I'm seeing it now. Just remember, Shy Tech CEO caught in allegedly a toxic boss, according to. So he was caught. He's the CEO of a New York-based software firm. He was spotted with the company's chief human resource officer, Kristen Cabot, on the Jumbotron at Gillette Stadium after Coldplay. Yo, and it was funny because they see him. So let me show you this photo. So they got caught because apparently they were all hogged up.
The Jimmy Trudy shit. Yo, love, bro. Love. I've seen that. That's tough.
I'm sorry. This had me dying.
New York nights out here, baby.
That had me weak because I've been in that position. I ain't gonna hold you.
Number 23.
I got right. Yeah, that's us. Baby, that's us. I got the ticket.
Yo.
So we was dying, man, and we was having a good laugh at it, Rob and I, because just the ridiculousness of his, man, and like the boldness, dude, of like taking Your side piece? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What do I call her? I'm sorry, Kristen. I don't know if you're the side piece or not. I mean, I'm assuming you're the girlfriend that he does like, because clearly he took you to a Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
And he was all hugged up on you, even though he knows he's a CEO of a damn company. It's probably well known. Is well known by Coldplay.
Apparently, good old friend, my man. Man, we'll get into that in a few.
So yeah, that's what happened, man. We was having a good laugh on it, but it was kind of crazy though to see. I mean,
we're gonna get into his statement.
Yeah, because then he wrote a statement. That's what I'm talking about. That's what bugged me out.
Audacity to make a statement.
Yeah.
Which I'll share with y'all because we need to make all of this public, right? All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
It's a doozy. I want to acknowledge to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer.
Too much.
You deserve better from me as a partner, father, and as a leader. I want to be, or who I want to represent the company I helped build. I'm taking the time to reflect, to take accountability. Nice. Oh, wow. Okay. And to figure out the next steps. Right.
You heard us.
Well, personally and professionally. Well, okay. Duality. I'm asking for privacy as I navigate that process. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a public without my consent. Woe is me, Andy.
Should have asked your
Andy,
wife for consent to go to a Coldplay concert.
What a troubling thing you went through there, right?
Should have asked your kids for consent.
And look,
to go to a Coldplay concert with Kristen.
I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can still think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. We apologize, Andy. I guess that's what we should say, the public. Allow me to say, right, I'll take it, God. Let me carry his and my own burden, all of our burdens, and just apologize I apologize, Andy, that we troubled your spirit and made a spectacle out of your choices. It should have been private.
Very private.
To the point where I guess it would have never been revealed, Andy.
How about that one?
That would have been much preferred, it seems.
I think so, too.
Right? For the person reflecting and taking accountability to end that way, Andy, it doesn't, let me just continue. See the gaslighting as he ended it right here with this beautiful quote from a friend who once sang, "Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones. And I will try to fix you."
So what Andy wants is for us to stop putting up pictures like this. He doesn't like this. Andy doesn't like this. He doesn't like that. He's waiting for the chimney.
Andy ain't never been to even Dykeman. He don't even know that would have been a better choice for you, Andy, if you wanted such a private moment.
Oh, instead of a Coldplay concert.
God damn.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, RBI. Damn.
Yeah, so
Can we just my brother is a professional. Can we talk about am I bugging for not seeing the gaslighting?
No, that was for sure. He was trying to I mean,
my man had
gaslighting. He brought up
two good paragraphs.
That was like Deflection 101, man. Where he took it off of himself and brought it onto the general. So he made it about other people. And then he brought in, he quoted the lead. He quoted Coldplay, which I think he was taking a slight at Coldplay for like supposedly putting him on the jumbotron on purpose.
The lights were
so I think that's Deflection 101, man. That's That's easy. That's like this man is the master of deflection. But if you don't peep it again, you would think is.
Nah, that was heavy mathematics.
It was with good intention, but I think because he did bring up something that I think we're all concerned about, right? We all obviously are concerned that if we catch a viral moment, it will ruin our lives and that our life will become a spectacle. Of course, nobody likes that shit. We all hate it. But what a timing to bring it up now after you decided to take
playing to your
the head of HR to a Coldplay concert. Like, who even reports this? Like, who used to report? That's the part that had me bugging. I'm like, if she's the head of HR, who do I report that whatever? Anyway, that's the whole point, right? Like the ridiculousness.
I love it.
The ridiculousness of it.
Whatever.
Right?
Anyway,
Because
I will get lost.
His whole thing was like, just trying to deflect, man. That was deflection 101, man. He could have just left it at, like you said, before you started reading the deflective statements. He could have kind of left it there, which is still not.
I asked for time to reflect and take accountability.
And that's it. Period. And he should have left it right there.
Sheesh.
He hit us with the butt, and that's where accountability goes to deflection mode. So
yeah. Because it's like, what you guys could also do is help me, help you, helping all of us, help myself.
Yeah,
like,
and next time, please, if you see me out in the street, hugged up, shut the fuck up. Like, no, thank you, Andy.
If you see me with another woman, because it won't be Christine, clearly. You know what I'm saying? If you see me with another woman, just don't put the lights on me.
Yeah, just put the lights on me, man. Just don't.
Fuck.
He should go get a Jimmy and
Right the fuck?
He should go get a Jimmy and Dykeman. I think he'll be much more... I think he'll be much better off with a Jimmy and Dykeman. And hugged up like that, I'm telling you, nobody will give a fuck. All right, bro. That is an hour mark, though.
If we can wrap this up on a positive note, fellas, as y'all watch this, man, and I take a deep breath. I just want to, like, really help. Like, for me, I focus on self-control a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
as we should.
Yeah, self-control is huge. And
but
it's tough, but
that's a goal.
Peace is another thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have, like, your peace is in your hands, right? So in that statement right there, like, don't blame everybody else on what they did, that they disturbed your peace and it was troubling. I didn't make those decisions for you, Andy, or anybody out there.
Yeah.
You have control over your peace, your joy. If that's really your joy, Andy, because you see how your joy takes away from your children and your wife, and maybe not your wife, right? Oh, I was going to divorce her anyway, but your children, Andy? Damn. You got kids, bro. You got boys and girls. I'm sure your girls would have enjoyed a Coldplay concert. If you were at that concert with your daughters, it wouldn't have been that crazy, I bet.
Nobody cared.
I'm saying, you got responsibilities. If you want to make that choice, then deal with where you at in your present circumstance. This is what I'm talking to y'all, fellas. Right? Your self-control, yeah, it's tough, but it won't be tough forever. Nah. You're just talking about it being tough when this temptation is walking across from your visual and your mind, wherever it is, and it makes it tough, bro. But what's up? We got seconds, hours, days, weeks, man.
Yeah, but we gotta shape up. We gotta shape up,
man.
Do better, man.
And if there's any time what better time than now in the present?
That's a fact.
That's it, man. Love to y'all, man.
Fact, man. Do have that.
Gangsta, that's fire. Let's clap it up right here too. Gangsta, man. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. In the sun, it's not gonna rain, which is good.
Amen.
But signing out, man. Appreciate everyone.
Another episode closed out.